x squared minus 5 minus 75, because I'm going to minus 75 on both sides and get 0. Okay, now I'm going to see, okay, it wants exact values. I'm going to see if these exact values are whole numbers, because if they are, then I can just do that. If they are not whole numbers, then I am going to have to keep it in a radical form, because they want an exact number, not a decimal. So my A is 4. Oh, no, that's a minus. Minus. My B is 5. And my C is negative 75. Okay. This is a 7. Okay. So I'm going to hit solve and see. Okay, so these are not, they are not exact numbers. Well, they are, because they're not a really long decimal. So I would say x equals 3.75, and that's a negative 3.75. Just make it neater. X equals negative 3.75, and x equals 5. That's fine. And I just want you to notice why I'm able to do that with this decimal and not other decimals, right? Because other decimals that go on and on and on, that's not an exact value, right? It's irrational, it goes on and on and on, so it really has to be rounded. In this case, you could have also done quadratic formula, right? So I have negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So negative 5 plus minus the square root. Remember, this was moved to the other side. So remember that our equation is actually 4x squared minus 5 minus 75. Okay, so in here is minus 5 squared minus 4 times 4 times, what is c, is negative 75. I'm going to erase some of this to give me some space. So I have minus 4 times 4 times negative 75. And this is all of the radical, and then underneath is 2 times 4. Okay. Again, I would just use the polyroot formula for that in this case, because it's going to give you a nice number. So I'm going to tell you that negative 5 is going to be 5. Plus minus the square root, and inside of our discriminant, negative 5 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 75 equals, something went wrong. Ah, I see. So we have negative 5 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 75, and that gives us 1125 over, right, 8. Okay? So this whole thing over 8. That's an exact number as well. Okay? Both are good answers. I'm just going to rewrite it. 1125 over 8. Okay, both are good answers because it gives you an exact value. Okay, you don't have to go further than that. You can, if you know how to break down the square root, but you can leave it like that, and that's fine. Okay, now this is another number 6, so I'm just going to show you where we're going, right? And it's the quadratic equation, x squared minus 6x equals 12, okay? And it says, is written in the form x plus p squared equals q, where q is a constant. What is the value of p? Well, to find p in here, it's b over 2. So negative 6 is b. b over 2 is negative 3. So the value of p is negative 3. Our next question is the same. So number 9 and number 7, this one is the same. So I'm going to just move on. Okay, and let's take a look at, okay, number 8. All right, I know the numbers are all over the place, but as long as you're following the video and you see which one we're doing this one right now, the solution to 2x equals 72. I am going to move this, okay, 72 out of my way, because I want to see a 0 there. I know a lot of you looked at that and said, oh, let me complete the square, but you really don't have a b to be divided out. So you can't divide b, you would have a 0, right? So you want to set it up as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, and I'm going to rewrite this so it makes more sense. You have 2x squared plus 0x minus 72. That is the same thing. 0 times x is 0. It doesn't exist there, right? I just want you to see it like that, because when you put it in your calculator, right, when you take your calculator and you go to apps, you go to Simul 2, and you hit enter, next, right, you're going to put in 2 for your a, and I'm going to make this a plus, and I'm going to make this a 0. Your b is 0. Okay, and then I'm going to make this stay a negative. It's a minus, right? Minus 72. Okay, and now I'm going to hit for solving. Okay, so I have x is 6 and x is negative 6. X equals 6, x equals negative 6. So it's definitely not those two. A lot of people got confused with this one, but it's number 4. It's plus minus 6. That's your solution set, right? It's positive 6 and negative 6.